So I just woke up and I had one of the
You can't
weirdest
just
nights
be
of
on
my
the
life
sidewalk.
because I actually dreamed for the first time in like a month. And I just realized that I've been writing these countless dreams in my notes app for like 2.5 years. So I think it's quite the right time to share all of them. And speaking of time, did you know that you forget 90% of your dreams within 10 minutes of waking up? So it's actually quite a race against the clock to try and remember all the details of your dreams so you can write them down like how I did. Wait, actually, no, because like, I don't know what you've been going through, but like, whenever I wake up, I just forget every single dream I ever had the moment I wake up. To the point where like, I forget I was even asleep to begin with. So I just think that it's the same time that it was when I think I went asleep. So does anyone else get this? And also, no one talks about this, but how can you see in your dreams? You never actually stop seeing unless you're blind, in which case, I don't know how you're watching this video. You couldn't even log into your phone. What the fuck? But anyway, so basically, whenever your eyes are closed, you're actually just staring at your eyelids. And now
And now your eyes are closed. I'm sorry, I won't do it again.
But seriously though, how does this work? Like, is it your third eye opening? Is it like a sudden burst of light that goes onto your eyelid like some film projector bullshit or something? Or maybe you're just hallucinating. So basically, if you don't know, there's a game that people play where they go up to a mirror, do absolutely nothing with dim lighting, and just stare at themselves in the mirror, and then slowly over the course of 10 hours, your reflection will start to evolve into a demon that will jump out the mirror and try to kill you. This kind of takes me back to like this one dream I had when I was 8. So basically, you know that primal fear that you have when you're opening the door, especially like in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom? Well, I was feeling that when I was 8 years old because like I was feeling like there was going to be someone on the other end of the door who was about to kill me. And so I had a dream about just that. I went up to the door and then I opened it, and lo and behold, there was a guy dressed in all white and he stabbed me. And so then I woke up. And so now it's time to get to all my other dreams. The first one, I dreamt that my sister randomly had to get one of her legs amputated below the knee, and so I waited day I waited that day in anticipation, but when she came out, her new prosthetic leg was made of ice. 11th one, I had a dream that my school that I go to in real life was actually a boarding school, and so we were having like a fireworks celebration in the middle of the school year because we'd done really good on the mid-year tests. And so in the middle of the school where all this other random junk is in real life, there's now a scrapyard. And so there's like a little shed, and so me and my best friend Eve sat on top of it to watch the fireworks. But what do you know, it actually caused a fire. I know, shocker. And so everyone's screaming and crying and just causing a ruckus, like running around in an emergency, but it's goofy because like they're running around but they're not actually getting anywhere. Like, so it's like the fire burns on for like 5 hours, and I'm pretty sure that's how long the dream actually lasted. And so anyway, me and Eve meet up with this other guy who I was friends with, so it's like we're the golden trio from Harry Potter. And so then we go up to our dorms to go get our stuff so we can just go out. So this is probably one of the most cinematic dreams I've ever had, even though all you got to see was just my boring Roblox footage. So I hope you have good imaginations. Also, halfway through the dream, it just cuts to me walking down a bike path, and then I just look to my right, and I see some guy getting pushed off the side of the overpass, and so then that just wakes me up, and so I desperately try to go back to the street, so I desperately tried to go back to sleep, and the dream continued. And so now for my ninth dream, which I actually wasn't lazy enough to animate for, kind of. I call this dream liminal Skittles. So basically, I spawn in this really liminal space looking mall, and it's still open with people inside of it. And so then I go up to this arcade, and so there's a stand there where people are getting some lollies, and I'm like, shit, I wish I bought some money. But then I look underneath one of those little arcade games, and there's like tons of money under there. And so I go up to the counter, and so I'm like, what can I get for these? And then he's like, oh, you need to sign up for that, for a competition. Oh, alright, well, can I sign up? Sure. And so then after that, he takes me and all the other guys behind this door, behind the counter, and when he opens it, it leads out into this, like, Legend of Zelda looking battle arena cross, and so it's like, it's a big circular space with sand hills, and there's a bunch of grassy meadows in the middle. So it's like a bowl. And we were playing hide and seek chasey. And so I obviously failed at this because no one can run for shit in sand with shoes on. It's not compact enough, it'll just slide out of the way. And then when we went back through the rooftop staircase looking thing, instead of leading back into the arcade, it leads into this random ass room. This is where the Skittles come in. So there's a bowl of Skittles on that table in the middle, and the guy around the counter from before made the Skittles grow huge. Now before, the Skittles were just normal Skittles, but there was only like 5 in there. But now they were growing to like the size of my hand, if not my foot. And some of them were now as big as my forearm. And it actually tasted like how I'd imagine a Skittle that big to taste like. Like, it was crunchy along the outside, but it was also sweet. And there was a bunch of like soft stuff in the middle. It had something between like the consistency of like the middle of apples and the middle of actually regular Skittles, to be fair. And so after a while of this, I go outside the door, and then I just wait there for everyone to come out so I can go on. But they don't. So then I open the door, and it's just that normal ass closet again. So now I'm just sitting here in this mall all alone, and it has some awkward, weird red lighting on it now instead of just the neon red. No, it's like blood And so then red. I quickly steal some Skittles packets and make a run for it. And it took me until I checked my pockets the next day to realise that it was a dream. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's been long since I've posted, but thanks for subbing, and I hope you have a scrumptious, delicious day.